Hello all. One of the students asked me a question about Excel Access Chapter 2, and that is about apply your knowledge. I'm going to give you some hints. And as you know, this is not a required assignment, it is just a bonus. And for those of you who want to do this assignment, when you open the folder where the files are, there is one which is called accounting. That is the one you use for apply your knowledge. And it is on page, it is where you see figure 2-87. And it wants you, the first thing it asks you to open this file, which is accounting, and this is I have opened. Forget about these two tables in here. These are the ones that I just created. But when you open this, this is what you see in here. And it says number one in apply your knowledge, import accounting table, which here is on my desktop. Create a query for the accounting table and add client number, name, advisor field. We know how to create a query, and then we click design query. And this is accounting, and it asks you to create, to put some of these. I put all of them just for to have it quickly, make sure I have everything. Okay, and then after we bring here and sort the records in descending order by account paid. Account paid descending order means if I click descending, it's very simple, run. As you see where it says descending, that means put the expensive ones 175, it comes and it is a descending order. That was not that difficult. And then add a criterion for advisor field that allows users to choose different advisors. Therefore, I go here, design view, to choose different advisors, and here it is client name, amount paid, advisor's name. I don't like the name AU that it has, used. This is advisor. By advisor, that means this one. It says that let the people choose a different advisor. That means create a parameter query, which is I say choose advisor. And then I close this one. And if I run the query, it allows the people to choose, different advisors. Suppose they have to have the name of a number of advisor or something. Okay, that is the and run query. Enter 114 as an advisor. Let me put 114 and see which advisor pops up. And here is the advisor that his code is, Barbara, her code is 114. That was number two. And now we go to number 3. It says create a query for accounting table and add name, current, and all of this to find out. Okay, we already have our query. Let me go and click design view. And I am going to delete this rather than creating another query. I delete this and I delete this. This is like a brand new query now we are going to, have. And it wants to find that the current amount that they owe us, current paid, we put on criteria. It says is the amount is less than 500. We want to see who are the ones who paid less than 500. We put less than 500 and we run the query. And that's, whoever who owes us less than 500 will amount paid or current due, whatever you put in there. Anyhow, these are the way you do it. Number 5 Number 4 is a little tricky because the author, unfortunately, didn't make it clear, didn't put clear steps for students. And that's why one of the students suddenly, most likely that student who asked me questions, because in number 4, it is asking you find a table called advisor table and find another table which is called client table. We did not, the book, they didn't give us these tables. And when I looked at the publisher's website, it was not, these tables are always given by our website, by the publisher. But unfortunately, they didn't give us. That's why I had to go and I had to create this advisor list. That way I can do the rest of the assignments. Now let's see what I did. If I double click here, it is asking me here, go ahead and write maybe advisor number. This is advisor number, advisor first name, and advisor last name. How do I know this one? I am looking at figure 2-87. I got this from figure 2-87 at the bottom of the page where apply your knowledge is. I didn't write the names of all the advisors here. You may go, those of you who want to get the bonus point, you go and write all the names of these advisors. And of course, we change the name of this field, and rename field. And based on the picture I see, figure 2-87, it is called AU number. That means advisor number. Field 2 is last name. I'm going to go ahead and I right click, change field name, and I put last name. And most likely, as you can guess, this is first name. And I am going to rename field, and I put first. And then I only put 2 of the records here. I have to put the rest of them. There are as many as 2, 4, 6, as many as 10, 15 of them. You can add all of them. By doing so, you have completed this extra table in here. Also, the same assignment is asking you open the client table. There is not such a thing as client table I created. I wish the author had not made that mistake, or at least it had given us our client table. I created that. How did I know that I have to create this table? By looking at figure 2-87, I see that there is something here called client number, for example. I will go ahead and change this one to, suppose this one to I will right click and click here, and I will call it client, maybe number. And then I will click here and I will rename it as client name. And now I have 2 tables here. This is the one table and this is another table. And here is at this table. Now I follow what the book says. The book is saying create a query. Here you go. I go to my design view that has advisor table. Some comes from advisor table and some comes from client table. And then it asks you write your advisor number, which I will do. Write your advisor last name, which I will do. Write your advisor first name, which I will do. And, client number. And I forgot to change this. This is supposed to be client last name. And here you go. And then it says run your query. When I run your query, look at the query that I ran and look at the figure 2-87. It wants the figure to be similar to advisor client. Then I will call this query, whatever it is, I will call it, this is, as you know, as query. And the book says that call this one advisor client. Fine. Advisor hyphen client, and I will save it. And as you see, a query is created from these 2 tables, and this query is supposed to be similar to figure 2-87. If you look at the book, it has some similarity. Of course, you have to put all the names correctly and properly and show them, clearly how they look. And that's the way this assignment you have to do. And as I said, I didn't do completely. I didn't type everything completely. And then, of course, if you have at the end, I think is asking you to create a report. Very easy. If you have to create, let's not forget, if I am here and if I have to create a report, the report I create, if I click there, it creates it from accounting. But the book doesn't want a report of accounting. It wants a report of client from this the query. And I click create and report. And this is the report for that query. And of course, it is in the design view. I can go to my report view. And this is the report. And this is similar somewhat to see in figure 2-87. That is the report you will see. And as I said, this is a bonus point for those of you who want to do this assignment. I already explained how to do it. If you do it and submit with other assignments, you get bonus points. And maybe I should put 40 bonus points because there are 4, I think, apply your knowledge, extend your knowledge, expand your knowledge. And in the lab, if we give them, how about if we give each one of them 12 and a half? Because 12 and a half times 4 is 50. I have already put 50. If you do any of them, you get 12 and a half points. For this one, you completed 12 and a half points, and 12 and a half times 4 is 50. Therefore, if you have any questions, you let me know. These are good stuff. We want you, if you can do it, although, they will help you with your, bonus points. These are, I put a lot of bonus points. And therefore, if you have any questions, you let me know. Bye.